you hoping for from this conference, either in continuity with or perhaps a pivot from?
There will be paintball for Jesus.
There will be paintball for Jesus, yes.
This is why I wanted to do it in OBS, because I could watch this smile erupt on Pajot's face, all zoomed in like. But
Will be paintball for Jesus.
There will be paintball for Jesus, yes. And it won't be raining.
I really enjoyed the conference so much, because there is something, and we talk about home or talk about the sense of connection, and I think that being in the same place together was definitely a great added value for the conversations to have a different flavor to them. And so I really definitely enjoyed that. So I think that I'm looking forward to a continuity of that, and I think in some ways the theme is perfect already. Like just the things that John Vervaeke said, I've got it's just buzzing. I wish the conference was tomorrow so we can talk about all those things, because
I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head.
Shake it up is all that we know. Using the bodies up as we go. I'm waking up to fantasies. The shades all around aren't the colors we used to see. Broken ice still melts in the sun, and times that are broken can often be won again. We're so alone, and so really matters to me. Take a look around. You're out of touch. I'm out of time. But I'm out of my head. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Welcome. This is the Peterpan brand failure werewolf mountain stream by General Griswold Gaius, Graham of the First LARP Ingression Protocol. He's part of that VNA network, you know, over there with the TLC. They've infiltrated. The Peterpan brand failure stream is brought to you by the Fraternal Regiment embodying narcissistic sociopathy and the Sacred Order of Foolish Transparency. Hello! I see the assassins have failed. Remember, embody. There is no agency. We want what's best for you. Boop. Blue Church card of the show coming right up at you. Not even after this. Look at that. The Blue Church. Blue Church card of the show is the 10 of Hearts. Bring your hearts, your Blue Church people. We're gonna need them. We're gonna need them. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
It looks like we are pleasantly joined by Sclipcarius, getting a +4. Oh no, a -4 to his savings throw for trolling us with the fake I can't hear you emoji. Had I actually been muted, he would have earned a +4 to his savings throws. But since he was trolling me with J.K. Rowling, it is a -4 penalty to the save. Upcycle, also a member of the Sacred Order of Foolish Transparency, or at least LARPing as one. Dolly's in the house, Neutrino and Neil, and I guess the guy assassin's got him before he's got to go. Mills and Franco in the house. Let's see. Well, I'll give you the mind control saves first, and then there's going to be like 15 minutes of getting us to the start of the stream. So, it's but the 15 minutes for you is stuff I've already seen, and so I'm just catching you up a little bit. All right. The Peterpan brand failure stream savings throws are as follows. You get to choose between survival, social, wisdom, or heart. I roll the dice. If it comes up over 10, you take half damage from the mind control that you're swimming in, especially the one being blasted into you from your cell window right now. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Survivalist with an 8, you're going to need the +2 from chatting in the hive mind. Socialist with a 6, sure hope you didn't have a -4 to that. Lovers of wisdom doing all right with a 15. And disciples for the hard folks. Hard folks get disciples. Indigo gets a pair of 9 or an 18 as they're called. And now, what happened was, I think... Hey, Zach, good to see you. You choose the wisdom, you get the 15. Mills with a 15. Neutrino, that's what was it, 18 for the hard folk? Hard folk, full damage. Well, let's see if we can make it feel good, Slack. Let's see if we can make taking full damage feel good.
And now for a real-time live playing catch-up. The part you may not have seen this morning, it was from the big fancy Q. There's this little tribe on the internet. They live in a bubble we call the VNA bubble. It looks like this. And by the power of the Dreamcatcher of Optimal Grip, see this. We've infiltrated these people. We're on our side, and they're kind of nice, and so we're playing along with them. And anyway, earlier today, so it was, and they all get together on Fridays for the bald man to preach at them or answer their questions. He takes their questions. It's like once a month, and that thing happened last Friday, and he cut a piece of that and threw it on the internet. I heard there was a lot of other controversial stuff that happened at Friday's assembly, but I couldn't make it. Anyway, he made a clip from his Friday assembly that is essentially, well, if you don't know what's going on, this will help. They call it onboarding, like it's a boat in flotillas. But
around this little corner, I've spent.
By the way, because we're an impatient lot. No, fine. Played at normal speed with branding interruptions. Okay. Since we're not gonna go into it, this guy has a top secret Vanderclips channel, and he threw up 3 pieces of the talk with Chad, Waves of Obsession, and one of the Neils, and so you know that. Well, you don't know, but that means there's a good chance there's going to be a video that references those clips coming out. And in one of those clips, they talked about. So Chad and Waves of Obsession talked about branding and making branding. And then Pastor Paul comes in and he reaps the clip of that and puts it in his personal loom board, which is the Vanderclips channel. He reaped the clip and then he looms it over on the Vanderclips channel. That's his looming board for the reaping and the looming that happens. Anyway, this part, hold on.
In all our searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
Hey everybody, this is Penelope the Nightmare, also known as anyway, and that was a disruption of the train of thought. So what happened was Chad and Neil talked to create Waves of Obsession on the Friday Morning Meandering show over on the Friday Morning Nameless, and Pastor Paul, this guy here, took a clip of it. And so I think that means he's going to make a video including that clip. And they talked about branding in that clip. And so this Peterpan brand failure part, the brand is because I'm going to play so much of the branding. I've done some, responsible maintenance of the branding folder. And now it's far more easy, convenient and whatnot for me to find and load them during a show.
I'm going to the gym.
But first, from his Friday show, this guy clipped a really basic explanation of how all this works. And so we're going to play that now. I was going to play it at speed and a half for you, but something inside me talked me out of it. I'll inoculate you with some branding first.
So this is how bad I have failed the Seething's throes for mind control. Dum 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 dum. Da dum dum da dum. It's that bad. And whoosh.
Last week trying to make it work, and even at 2x speed, I find I missed 2 live streams in a video. You cannot keep up with all of the videos. Most of you cannot even keep up with just my videos, never mind my videos and Vervaeke's videos and Peugeot's videos, and this is part of the combinatorial explosiveness of the corner. How do
Some might negatively call it explosive. If you don't understand explosive, combinatorial explosiveness, we have meal sheets that will that will induce combinatorial explosiveness in your digestive system to aid your chewing to understand.
I try to keep up with this, even though I have time for 2 to 4 conversations a week. Okay. Why aren't there more rando slots? It's because that's kind of what I have time for. So I can't have that many randos conversations. And the number of videos being created has proliferated. I wish I could take credit for my brilliance in designing all of this, but I have no such brilliance, and so I should take no such credit. Part of why some of you watch my channel is because I'm watching other channels and I take little bits of what they've done and I say, this is the important part. So now you don't necessarily have to watch that whole Jordan Peterson video. You can just watch my video because I'm doing the filtering for you. We're outsourcing our relevance realization. That's how humans and community work. Part of the reason I keep very close eye on Grim Grizz's channel and Chad's channel is because I trust their salience filters. And they watch other channels that I don't have time to watch, and they point me to things that I should pay attention to.
Remember which one of the Weinsteins introduced this idea, but ran with it a little bit independently. Digital campfire. Weird because it breaks a lot of the social grammar. Your face is very large for me right now. No. That's the point. Mine is for you too, or for the viewers. I just met you. This is inappropriate intimacy. But the thing, all of that, no, it's thrown away. Its own grammar. At Rosano, the campfires, people are lit. It's like what you have in a circle.
Right.
It's something very primordial, but it's also using it in this really novel way. Socrates is very critical. Of course, the problem with that is it's intended. You're supposed to pay attention to that. That divide has been transcended, but it's also recorded with people move.
Oh my God! Look, we have the reverse pipeline, Paul. Look, it's the reverse pipeline.
Between these conversations beyond that divide, it affords something really new in how we can interact with each other.
It's a really interesting playground, kind of postmodern tendencies with a trial by fire, everything goes, and also searching for the connective tissue. Right, that's very well said. That's briefly being embedded within it. It's been quite wonderful to watch the direct impact it's had on individual lives.
Yeah.
You gotta love it when the guy who looks like a Florida Fed says embedded.
At the bonfire, we can sit and play music,
Right.
And with the people who have done such good work like yourself, who've put it into the medium, filtered down into the minds and the mouths of the people, and then we gather in small groups.
Oh, this is wonderful.
And recover gems, little moments. Aha, this is what I've been doing my life. This meta extractable point, people that I've come into contact with, take the content of this dialogue right here, one person out of 100, somehow extract that piece and transmit it across time. Right? There are ways, and people are working. It's a fascinating way to level up finding insight.
Yeah. That's a defining feature of Dialogos. We gain victory, get to places that we couldn't get to on our own. Wow, because of that, I got somewhere I couldn't have got on my own. And we don't even have to have the same insight. Within that conversation, we both come. I think that's the life breath.
something you can do that you are regarding as trivial, that you could do, that you would do, that would result in an actual improvement, but it's not a big enough improvement for you, so you won't lower yourself enough to take the opportunity. Hi, this is Paul. I know.
And so I can't watch everything, but I'm watching the other people, what they're watching. And everyone is doing the same thing through me. And it becomes a big chain of dum 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 distributed cognition. Because we're distributing and outsourcing our time. We are actually multiplying the amount of time because none of us have enough time to watch everything. And so what happens is that there develops a hierarchy, and I can't watch everything, but I can probably get the salient bits by watching these other people. And so that's why I often include other people's videos on my channel, and many of the channels downstream from me.
The man who mercifully let us quit saying Chezi. The young Levite says, "Who's watching The Watchmen?" I am. That's why I gave Peugeot the Alan Moore book.
Chad and Grizz, they do that too. Now, Karen Wong almost never does that. I keep an eye on Karen's channel because in terms of who she's finding to think. So I've outsourced an element of my cognition to Karen. But Grizz and Chad, I keep close eye on their channels because Chad, by virtue of his vocation, Chad and Grizz keep a real good eye on the corner.
Is, I think, at the core what is most important. So if you think of the logos, if you are in line with the logos, then you are in balance, or you are as close to in balance as you can be, to create that balance and to achieve logos.
So one of the things is that in some sense relationship is one of the absolute fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
And then the charge, or at one point you used the word the turbulence between the two. That also seems to be a very key thing to me as I look at how things work, that turbulence is what creates the, somebody told me once that that in a field where there are two microclimates, because little microclimates can take place even across one span of Earth, where there are two microclimates, it's the edge between those two microclimates where all of the diversification takes place in those fields. You find many more species of, bacteria and insects and small animals and everything that are along the edge in between those two microclimates, because it's where that turbulence takes place, or where that's the creative edge that goes between everything, the turbulence, the suffering, the anomalies that come into our lives, right? All of that is that edge between, right?
Yes.
So
absolutely.
the relationship, and I like the idea that charge is a way to describe that in physics, because I've been thinking about this at all the different levels. When I get down to physics, it's harder for me to picture it. I know it's true.
I'm attacking the darkness.
And so I listen to them because they keep me up to date. Same thing works in church. Even though my church is very small right now, I listen to my council. Why? Because the people on my council are in relationship in different ways with other people in the church. So I keep an eye on the church through the council. I keep an eye on the corner through the rest of you. And some of you send me links on Twitter. Some of you send me emails. Some of you send me texts. Some of you send me
slime. What? It's a river of slime.
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
Some of you put it in the comments. I keep an eye on all of those modes of communication, even at the price of watching other people's videos, because I'm using all of you as a filter. Okay. A lot of animals in estuary are filter animals. Why? So the waves come in and they bring nutrients in from the ocean. And those little, now I might be getting some of the biology wrong, so be gentle with me.
Bing, bing.
But those little
Oh, hey, it's me, and it's a live stream, and we have people in the Hive Mind chat, and enough, perhaps. That let's head on down to the farm for a card and see what we get. Thanks to the young Levites for the compliment up here. There was a compliment that was nice. There it is. Good point, GG. Man, we love to see that. We love to see that. All right, how's everybody doing there? We got Dolly and Emily and Neil and Neutrino and Ups and McMo and Slack. You know, we're all here at the same time. We're all here at the same time. Or timelessly through the replay, where you can get a +5 to the saving throw if you leave a comment on a replay.
Now what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody got a dime? I don't know.
Ah, here's the inevitable question. I thought yesterday was the last one ever. Well, I've clearly not communicated clearly. The deal was that my fasting for my communion with Seshat for the purposes of employment at the Brown place was not the way parts of me would like to say goodbye. And the parts of me that are going to say goodbye, well, that brings us to a topic that's on this card. On this card somewhere, this is my notes for the show. See there in the middle, resonate, tree of life fruit. The thing about communing with Seshat via the flower burning of the insensual flower burning, is that the burning of the sacred flower coats the device through which you burn it with a black tarry substance, the distilled resonant evil contained in your interaction, or maybe resident good. Who knows? We have to take a look inside and see. But the thing is, that too can be burned through the sacred incense burners for a different and yet perhaps even better experience, depending on your use of what you're communing for. And they call that resin. And so a resonation is without the G. And anyway, that I'm going on a purification ritual fasting. And the great news for me is that it's going to be like in everyone, like all of the addictions at once. The entire lion gets to try and eat me. But I may have left the impression that it was happening today for you people, and that's not accurate. You see, what happened is I decided that there was no way I was going to miss my weekly adventure of Adventurer Conqueror King system with Slicarius over here, and that's on Monday. And so I don't have to start fasting until Tuesday, because I've made that exception for myself. And the farm card of the show is the Ace of Diamonds. The agents with the Ace of Diamonds. I guess we better make it a good one.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Danny.
What's reality? I don't know. When my bird was looking at my computer monitor, I thought, that bird has no idea what he's looking at. And And yet, what does the bird do? Does he panic? No, he can't really panic. He just does the best he can. Is he able to live in a world where he's so ignorant? Well, he doesn't really have a choice. The bird's okay, even though he doesn't understand the world. You're that bird looking at the monitor, and you're thinking to yourself, I can figure this out. Maybe you have some bird ideas. Maybe that's...
We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Just lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency. The way he brought Jonathan Pageau into our awareness was sort of as a bishop of symbolism. I mean, the man now runs the Symbolic World website, and it's all into symbolism. And and I don't know why I can't find these videos on either of their channels, but they brought Peterson came on and he was like, check this out. It's a symbol, and he put it on his head. It's a symbol, and he put it on his head. It's a symbol, and he put it on his head.
Like for me, one of the fundamental things that comes up is boundaries or edges, the boundary or the edge, or another way to think of a boundary is a limitation or a constraint. That's really important. It's necessary for creativity, because if you don't have a limit, if you don't have an edge, then everything just dissipates outwards, right? So and this morning I ran into this really interesting thing as I was reading the scriptures. One of my favorite verses is, he has drawn the boundary lines for us in pleasant places. And that popped up when I was doing a study of another word that actually meant measurement.
This silence was brought to you by the birds that Odin had, memory and thought, whatever, like, that's the translated version. Slack asks, oh no, I am enabling the lions eating you. No, you're forestalling the lions eating me. The lions will be eating me on Tuesday, because what weapon do I require? Behold, I am the lion. Everything within me is going to basically all the good in me is going to eat all the bad in me, and the bad in me is going to fight back, and it's going to hurt. It's going to be a consciousness altering experience called withdrawal, and those are the lions. Hugging and mugging, baby. That's what we do around here.
Like Hobo's Lullaby. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town go drifting by. Listen to the steel rails a-humming. That's a hobo's lullaby.
And now, since Clint D is finally caught up, we'll do the agency deck card of the show. That's a shuffling and showing of a card from this deck that you can do with as thou wilt. Be thy love true, do as thou wilt. What? Don't write things. Don't write things. Here we go. 7 of clubs. Back in the clubs with the agency deck. Isn't that great for everyone? Now, where were you doing? You were doing
How
this.
in the world do you have time?
This here. Jump to here. Play this.
All of that negotiation is always happening between us. To try to keep up with the corner by watching everything. Well, if you can do that, God bless you. And then please report back to us what you find.
And how do you do the reporting back to us with what you find? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to what we call the clip stream on the Discord, where despite me tagging the role title, where is the damn clip stream? There it is. We have this new cross-platform clip streams. We're experimenting with sharing of the clips for those of you who don't Discord over on the X as part of the Virtually Not Alone X community, also known as the SpaceX Rangers or the Assassins. Hey, Sanji, up in Vinsmoke. This is the Peterpan brand failure stream, also known as Werewolf Mountain, for reasons we'll get into later. Because as you know, Grimgriz always delivers on the title and the thumbnail. All respectable like. Remember it. Remember it. I forgot I had to turn that off. But I was reminded of Werewolf Mountain, and so I will bring to you now this masterpiece right over here.
So, what I really want to happen over the course of
What the heck, Far? What's even happening? The
next few years is to do some more of these kinds of classes where I get to go.
Where's the audio? Do you have some masterful blocking so we can't do this?
And 40 board stuff. We do the
coursework.
Not only do we get to go
part
deeper,
where our good friend Richard Rowland is selling their course, their online course. You can pay for a free download.
I get to do a lot
if you
more
want to. If you want to do it with permission.
Research footnotes.
And he's selling that here. I don't know why I cannot hear it.
What have you done? Also, you get all of my presentation.
I believe that if everyone sees what just a few people become when they wholly embrace their gifts, others will awaken.
Jacob, you are a key member of this little corner, one way or another, and you are creative and you love people. You really do. That's why you can be so caustic sometimes. You really do love people. You really do care. You've got a good heart and a tender heart. And you start new things and they don't all work, but that's the dilemma of innovators. Innovators start 10 things for every one thing that's actually a success. So, and I could tell all these things to you, just like Jesus told Peter, you'll deny me, and can't stop Peter. None of
like slides and notes and stuff like that for those classes. So the Beowulf class was the first one. I hope we have
more giants and a deeper exploration of the mythology underlying it all. Since book 1 of God's Dog, I've also started a publishing company called Symbolic World Press with some amazing partners to deal with the timely production, printing, and shipping of the mythology underlying it all.
And stuff like that for those classes. So the Beowulf class was the first one. I hope we have some more to introduce next year.
Oh yeah, I mean, for sure Dante the comedy is going to probably be the next one we're going to do, because I'm excited about doing that as well. So I think that will be the next one, and then we'll see from then on. So Richard, how are you going to start us off with dragons? Like, we don't even know where to start.
So I should have expected this, given that they're dragons, but they turn out to be very difficult to.
The help of Cor Nielsen, of Philip Cartin, introduced all of you to a new vision of storytelling. We launched the God's Dog Monster graphic novel through crowdfunding, introducing the dog-headed St. Christopher, the dragon-slaying St. George, to full view as a new epic story began. The response was astounding, reaching over 200.
What, you got a bunch of money?
$150,000 and ultimately selling out our first print of the book. Now, book 2 of 5
I heard it was 500K.
in this series, God's Dog Warrior moves into the meat of this epic story where our dog-headed stranger must be integrated, must be trained, and must fight. The cosmic stakes behind the story become clear, the characters shine, and heart-wrenching choices must be made. Book 2 will surprise you with more monsters, more giants.
Scroll.
I'm not a cat. I listen to him. I think he is telling us the truth. That is indeed what he wants. Those of you who are sort of sniffing for duplicity or grift or dishonesty, I don't smell any of that here. I think he's telling us. I see this guy. I see both of these guys, but I see this guy as being very, very genuine and honest. He is telling us exactly what he thinks.
Ducks eat bread.
They do. They like it.
So there's the Werewolf Mountain teaser. Thanks to the generous donations of people like you to this. Let's see. Just do it like this. Do it. Take this one. You have this one here. You have it here, and then take that and click on a different one, and then click edit, and then put what you want to put. You want to put Kodash fee. They say Kodash fee. Grim Grace, like this, in your browser window, and then you should be able to give me money, like the people who are sending me all the way down to the Symbolic World Summit with Jonathan Peugeot, also known as Werewolf Mountain. Because the truth of the matter is, let's see if we can find your first encounter, Grim. Okay, but you'll need to play some brandings. Here's one from Lance. That's right, because my very first real, like other than just watching as a viewer and trolling in the comments section of Jonathan Peugeot, was when I was working with the Sorting Myself Out channel over on the YouTube, where you can see he talked to the guy who first had the channel, Jonathan Peugeot, and then he talked to Mercury Black and that Andrea with the bangs lady over there. Oh, he even put that one on his channel. And then by the time I was involved, it came to the Zombie Pentecost of 2020. 2020. You remember that one? You remember the Zombie Pentecost 3 years ago, it says. And this was recorded. I'm not in it, so don't get your hopes up. But
the structure was
this guy,
so
two
obvious.
more V's right there.
Exactly. I mean, I really did write it out more like
Talk to that Mercury Black fella. Mercury Hermes, what? Hermaphrodites? Anyway. And this was on a full moon on Halloween, which is, a special bonus Halloween, right? Right? And you'd think that if somebody was a werewolf and they made an appearance on a full moon, then they must not be a werewolf. So it was a brilliant cover. But my first gut instinct was this guy is a werewolf. And since I'm going to the summit, thanks to the donations at the Ko-fi Wolf-I right there with the werewolf man, the Ko-fi/Grimgriz donations that have sent me to the werewolf summit with the guy in the bottom there. Here, just run some of that now and shut up.
Spoken word things, and so I put in a lot of visual imagery and a lot of analogies that I wouldn't be able to think of at the top of my head, and so That's why it kind of sounds that way. And it was really fascinating to watch the crowd because, first of all, I didn't know we were going to do it during dinner, which just freaked me out because I'm going to talk about zombies. And so here we are, like, sitting at dinner. Luckily, I didn't have too many extreme images in my actual presentation when I did it. But it was a lot of fun because I could see a lot of people hadn't heard about me by he was having all these because this is what's happening. Insulated. I live in Quebec.
Dang it, that wasn't my director's cut. I thought it was my director's cut. We have a bunch of different people that make branding for this place, and that's because it's a game you can play if you want to say, hey, I'm here, I'm someone, here's a present, I went out hunting, I crafted this, I can bring it to the, the Waves of Obsession market type thingy. It's just your creative, hey, presents. Now, that was one of the ones that mostly made for us. Earlier, I showed you the one that Lance. And Lance was a longtime Pillar Patreon. Like, if I talk about my OG Shadow Cabal, he's even more OG than that. The retired ones.
Don't take my sunshine away.
And as Neil says, everyone likes the smell of his own brand. And can we get new merch? Aren't there merch links in the thing below of the new Ladies Beholder tee? What more new stuff do you want? You want us to get into sign manufacturing? All right, you heard it here, technocrats of the TLC. We're looking for custom sign manufacturers for Neil's Shoot Me, Would You Please Neighbors branding. All right, now I need a minute. Now we need a very odd billboard in some completely random Midwestern town, too. I can give you the phone number for the ones available outside my town. I drive by it on the way into town all the time. Welcome, I hope you're feeling virtually not alone. I'm Grim Grizz, doing the Peterpan brand failure, Werewolf Mountain stream. And then it's fine. Here's another David. Whoa. Hi. If you watch Burn Powers, that my legal fiction has been, and otherwise family identity as well, has been spoken out loud a lot recently. Anyway, red church card of the show, ace of diamonds. We haven't seen one of those before. Oh goodness. As I discussed earlier, I have an axe game on Monday, and in that axe game, I now have two characters. One's a spell sword elf, Grimgriz, and then there's this other guy that's Nevis, a gladiator type cleric, or they don't call them that. They call them crusaders there, so the game is on my mind, and gaming is on my mind, and that brings us to today's beautiful tweet over on the X network, where I say, can we zoom in even more? There we go. You can zoom in enough. You press Control and scroll your mouse wheel, and you can get rid of the ads before you show it on your stream. And here, do this one with me down in the corner. It says, "Only the Dungeon Master is playing Dungeons and Dragons. The rest of you are playing characters and classes." And so in the game, there's basically, you form an adventuring team of different characters with different skill sets, and those skill set trees become known as classes for the purposes of easily identifying clusters of game mechanics. And at the DM level of the flotilla, there's the Reapers bringing in clips, and then there's the Loomers, and like whatever Dumir and Pet Cow did, that's a different thing. There's the branding makers. There's the AstroTurfers, thanks to a beautiful branding from Upcycle Club on this Peterpan brand failure stream. Those who perform the astroturfing will be doing a completely different skill set from the Reapers and the Loomers and the Cows, and but those are all different character classes that exist in the Flotilla RPG of LARPgate. Remember, Embody. And as a great example of astroturfing is by earning yourself a +5 to next stream savings throws by commenting on the replay. That's a small tuft of grassing in astroturfing, because it tells the algorithm that this channel gets replay views and comments. And so thanks to Upcycle Club for this brand explaining more on that topic.
If you pay somebody to go through internet making nice comments about your company and your product, that is astroturfing. Yeah, it's comments about a product, a service, a policy, which appear to come from ordinary members of the public, but in fact they don't. Yeah, they come from actors or people who are working for the company. Yeah, it's like orchestrated marketing or public relations, making people think that, well, everybody supports this. Yeah, and that's the idea. Idea is to present things as unsolicited comments, to make something look like community mobilization.
Welcome to the Werewolf Mountain Peterpan brand failure stream. Now, in order to deliver on the title Peterpan brand failure, before we do what we're going to do next, wait, did you do the character class? Close enough. Table topic. Wow, okay. Let's just jump down to the stages of Peter Pan part. This is the topic card for the show. Since the Peter Pan brand failure is in the title, we're going to be doing the stages of Peter Pan. I know this. You got to know where to hold it. Know how to hold it.
Give the camera time to focus so people can read the sign. Stages of Peter Pan, part of the top title of this stream. It goes like this. It goes like, see, the Peter Pan brand failure. Check this out. Failure is the brand, and you start off either with the failure to launch or a failure to thrive, and you enter what is known as the failure state. And at some point, there's a Peter Pan. It's like the stages of Peter Pan grief, right? It goes failure to launch, failure to thrive, and then you're kind of Peter Pan living like a lost boy, and then the redemption bit. It's the stages of Peter Pan. We should probably all watch that movie Hook that Robin Williams made for us to get that all sorted. I have this problem. I don't think a lot of people watch 3-hour live streams. And so our next segment of the show is seeing if we can set up another live stream during a live stream. Because, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are that meta. And then you were looking for this.
Devices that I own, reading clips with the flow, as a needy indigo, this corner's now my home.
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal, so say we all. Welcome. That was the Werewolf Mountain Peter Pan brand failure stream, and I have failed to remove the brand of that thumbnail. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is that stream that we're now drawing to a close by, because we're meta. Setting up a stream on a stream, teaching everybody how to use StreamYard because it's so fast and easy and Langley. Now, as you can see, we're currently on the Peter Pan brand failure stream live. Let's see, that make it visible. This is probably what it looks like for you phone people too. Look at that. What we're gonna do now is we need a thumbnail. Before anything else, we need a thumbnail. So we head on over to our AI art slave masters over at Night Cave. Oh, but Grim, what, man? Well, you see, sir, you need to put a title. You need to put things into the thumbnail generator in order to generate the thumbnail. And we should probably involve the hive mind for picking one of those. So if you're over there chatting in the hive mind, we're going to kill this stream and start a stream immediately after. So they're nice hour-sized chunks. And, the start comment. We did that one. All right, and nobody has given any super chat star comments. But it's been the whole hour.
Now what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody got a dime?
I guess your content isn't worth the same as a graphic novel, Grim. Stop it. Just stop it. All right, so we'll go to the hive mind for a careful hunting lost boys. All right, that'll work. That'll fucking work, Neutrino. We're running with it. Over on yes, using your Fancy Pants membership, showing that you have the power to using your membership celebration comment counts towards selling memberships, and that counts very much. If you're a member of the channel, not only do you look green in StreamYards, but also you can hop on what? And you can use the fancy VNA emojis like Emily did. You do it like that, but without the colon. Without the colon. There's a Denny one and a Goose one. Look, this is them all. This is them all. And we have slots we can edit and stuff together. What are you doing? You're setting up the next stream. You're setting up the next. Hey! Thanks for the Peter. No, thanks, Paul. Wait, what? Peter, Paul, Mary, Joseph? Thanks, Charlie. Thanks, Charlie. It makes me. This was now a successful stream, all by the power of Charlie's little corner. Charlie's little corner.
I'm not a cat.
Oh, what are we doing? We're setting up the next stream, and we're basing it. We're basing it on Neutrino's comment. Let's see what Neutrino's comment. Careful hunting Lost Boys does in the Fancy Pants AI art generator. Careful hunting Lost Boys, comma. And then I have a tab. I have a tab with the pasted words. A lot of pasted words from Lobster Monkey Eugene's thing. Dark fantasy concept art, dynamic lighting, hyper detailed, intricately detailed, deep colors. Deep colors. Now, they stole that one. That's the default generation from the. But what I like to do is part of the process is you kick the prompt wave up to 60 or 65, depending on you're feeling it. Kick off the refiner and say no to your random seed, and use the day of the day that it is, and that's the second of the fourth second of 2024, or February 4th, as the case may be, and then we see what the seed of the day gives us as an image. Oh, there it is. That's what it gives us. And then we make it bigger with our upscale credits. La-di-da, la-di-da. Now, that'll be the thumbnail for the next stream. We don't know what to call the next stream. Oh, look. Up for the good of the stream, Ups. Where's that one? It's in the start. Look at that. Look at that. Yes. Thank you, Ups. Thank you, Ups. For the good of us all. Maybe that should be the next title. Since you used the power of a super chat, Ups, which we like to demonstrate, the title of the stream we are creating is going to be For the Good of the Stream. And I did all that. I moved us back to here. Now we can go. Did you download it? No, you have to download the thumbnail first. Son of a. There's a lot to do. A lot to do.
Bing, boom, boom, boom.
But let's take the train again to the future when we have this under control. Now, while all that was happening, what did you just download that as? Stream good. There's so look the Navy nib, the Indigo one. That's a great one. No, what? Shh, do it. All right, Indigo. So despite the fact we just made that thumbnail, we're using this one instead because hey, that's how it goes. And what I do is I take that image and I throw it into OBS, and I change the title of the stream. Stream 2 good for Stream 2 to good for you is now the title of the next stream. And then you do that, You do that, and then you cut and paste that into Paint as something you can load into OBS. Let's move this up here real quick. At least all this bad stuff is happening at the end of the last stream and not the... Oh. If you have it, do it.
I don't want to know how things are to be. I want to exert action as long as I live, so that the sort of things which should, in my opinion, be, have more chances of being. If they're all set, it doesn't interest me anymore to see the year 2000 than it interests me to see the year 1000. The merit of the future is that it is not set. The merit of the future is that it is not set. The merit of the future is that it is not set. If they're all set, the merit of the future is that it is not set. The merit of the future is that it is the area in which we can exert our will, exert our efforts, and try to validate our values. That is the merit of the future.
Okay. And then, let's see, what have we done? Well, now that we have it as a file that we can use, is exit this. We go over to this fancy tab and do the following. Create a live stream for YouTube. We pasted in the title. What was the title? The title we got from the comments chat, super chats. What was the super chats? For the good of the stream. For the good stream. Oh, for the good stream. Whatever. Oh, faster. Okay. Oh, there it is. For the good stream 2024. 2024 0204 2. No, 02. There we go. The title is required on YouTube. And then we paste the default every time we do it. Paste in there, including all these links nobody clicks on. Okay, and then schedule for later, upload the thumbnail. Otherwise, you don't get to set the thumbnail. If you just go straight live, there's no thumbnail setting. It's a real downer. There it is. Pick that image we just did. There. Now, what time is it? It's 2:41. So we go 2:45, and then we try to keep going for another 4 minutes. What? I don't know. It's what we're trying. This is how it turned out today. Choo-choo. Don't go chasing waterfall emojis. My bad. German, American English. Go back to... Oh, anyway, this accusation from our current resident troll. This one. The fake farewell, as usual. Well, you see, I was saying parts of me were saying farewell, other parts are not. Other parts realize I do this for a living. This is my job. You can't just step. But the fasting has been delayed until after the Axe game on Tuesday or Monday. So it was an early farewell, and now I'm squeezing some more resin out. I believe it might actually be the last of the resin, and this time. So we might as well get what indigo we still can. Let's see. Let's go back to this. Here. The last of this, and then we'll meet you at the new stream if we've done that right.
And Judas. It's all part of the play. So, even where do you go? Even our defender of the Enlightenment. I don't know. Did anybody ban him from the comments? That's why I've only sort of silenced 2 or 3 people in 6 years, and I don't block people on Twitter. There are other tools by which I can sort of mute people if they're getting under my skin, or if I find myself, I don't want to wear my buttons on the outside, because if you wear your buttons on the outside, the whole world of trolls is going to press them. So don't do that. Keep your buttons on the inside, and have a little bit of a poker face sometimes. Wear a mask sometimes. It's a very useful thing. But you don't want to, again, this is the fringe argument. You don't want to exile all your enemies. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Why would someone say that? Oh, and now I'm not saying that Jacob or Nathan are my enemies. I don't consider. And it's a beautiful thing. And I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I don't mind when people denounce me or call me out or say I'm doing it wrong. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. And I won't say that it never gets under my skin or I don't get tired of it or anything like that. And every now and then I won't lose my temper and, use my status to smack someone down or even mock them or something like this.
Okay, I'm Grim Grizz. We're about to do another stream over on the next stream channel, but here's this. Share this tab instead. Here's some other steps you might need to know. You like to go over to this little dot and view on YouTube's. View on YouTube's like this. You can wait. I'm still on the last stream. Here, and it goes over to YouTube like this, where you want to thumbs it up your damn self. And then hit edit video. And you do this edit video part so you can go down here and tag products. Like this is the fancy pants smaller circle version, but the shirt's supposed to be nicer. Here's the one I'll be wearing to the Symbolic Summit event. There's the fancy pants new Beholders one. And the cheapest, like I took all the profits off it, and that's how much it costs us to make a sticker. You can have that sticker for $4.88, and then you save those as part of your next stream setup. And then you go back if you can. More. They're waiting for you, and you go grab your coffee link, your Ko-fi.com link. Oh, you probably messed that up. And then it looks like this if you find it right. If you find it right, you copy that. And then you jump back over into this stream, and the chat hasn't loaded, because if it had, you'd paste it. So you get ready so that you can load. There it is. This is the pin one. Space, dump the link, and then you're ready. Then you're ready to go do that stream. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this stream. The first hour that turned out an hour and 15. Hey.
Like Hobo's Lullaby. Go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town go drifting by. Listen to the steel rails a-humming. That's a hobo's lullaby.
And then you click end.